Okay, so here it is. This is my, so what I'm using, that is first I will explain. So what is my PC kind of stuff? First I will explain that one. Okay, so guys, this is my PC. My PC is a Windows 10 Home Edition. My PC is, recording started. Yes. Okay, this is my Windows 10 Home Edition, my physical laptop. Okay, my physical laptop, Windows 10 Home Edition, my physical laptop. Okay, so what are the features of Windows 10 Home and what are the computer thing I use it? In my laptop, I have a processor called a CPU is, I have a hardware, right? I have a CPU, i5 processor, 3rd generation. Okay, I have a RAM. The total RAM is 12 GB because I add a 4 plus 8, it's become 12 GB. And I have some disk space, hard disk is there. Okay, so total is 500 GB, but we divide into C drive, D drive. So that's like that, right? We have a hard disk, certain space to store the data. Okay, so main resources. And I have a network, right? So then I'm using currently Wi-Fi network I'm using to connect network, physical network connected. So here it is. I have Wi-Fi adapter to connect to my Wi-Fi network. So I'm using Wi-Fi adapter. Whatever it is. Okay. So I'm using this PC. Now I have to take the class, for example, Linux class. So if I told theory, it is good, but we need to show practical, right? How to practice and how to show the practical. Which one is Linux? Linux practical. Linux commands I have to show. It means I required a Linux machine. So then in a Linux machine, I can able to put the Linux commands. Then I can able to show you. Then what I have to do it? What I have to do? In generally, what I have to do? How to go and market, purchase one computer. In that one, I'm going to install Linux. Okay. Then I will put some camera in front of it because it's a Linux, right? So we are not having that much compatible. So we have put a Linux on camera, or maybe I will access remotely. Okay, using some putty. Remote access terminal is there. So this is the main Linux. Both are connected in the network anyway. Both are connected in the network. So I'll access this Linux server using putty application. So I can share the screen. That is also possible. But point is, what I'm trying to do, I purchase another computer to show you a practical. It is cost effective on me, right? It's also cost. And I don't stay in one place. Okay, it depends upon my work and my situation. So I will move from one place to another place. Like I will be in Pune, I will be in Hyderabad, I will go to Visakhapatnam and Visakhapatnam to Hyderabad, Hyderabad to Pune. So usually I move from one place to another place. Okay, so like wherever I got a chance that I will connect and take the class. Then while I'm moving, I have to carry two computers now. One is my computer because my computer is the main computer which contains everything in it. And next another computer that is a Linux computer. Guys understand? Two computers I have to use. One is my computer, another one is Linux computer. Now sir called me and tell Latif you have to take the class on Windows Server also. Then I purchased another computer because morning batch I'm taking Linux, afternoon batch I'm taking Windows Server 2019 or 2016. Windows Server 2019 or 2016 I'm teaching. So how many computers now? First of all, I have to invest on a computer. I invest in an operating system and network connectivity and connectivity, or maybe the total lab setup, like a cameras and all everything we have to put it because people has to see the screen. Okay, and I'm using Windows 10 Home. This is Windows 10 Home, not a client for a Windows machine, Windows Server. Okay, it is not a client. Windows 10 Windows 10 machine is not a client for a, it won't act like a client, okay, to the Windows server. So you cannot join domain. Domain joining is not there. So we are Windows 10 Home Edition is a workgroup PC and it cannot be joined into the domain kind of stuff. So it's okay, like if you don't get it, point. But guys, simple it is Windows 10 Home Edition. So that is my PC. I need a Windows 10 Pro or an enterprise PC to continue with the server client practical. To complete the server client and practical, server side practical and client side practical. Okay, Windows practical. Like you want to do BitLocker. You want to do BitLocker, we need a Pro or enterprise. You want to join into the domain like kind of stuff. You need a Pro and like a group policy practical. We need a server and client. Okay, so what's our it is, guys? So now how many PCs now? My one PC is there, that is, but 1, 2, 3. I will show you from here. See, this is my batch 17 server PC. This is batch 17 server. Batch 17. So while I am teaching to batch 17, so I created a server and this is a client Windows 10. This is Windows Server 2019. This is Windows 10 PC. And it is Linux. So also taken. So non-services NSD batches having a server client, Windows Server, Windows Client practicals, and here it is. You have a Linux practicals. So I need a Linux. So you can see 16th batch, Linux Server Client. 15th batch, Linux is there, server is there, client is there. So I have not deleted this kind of stuff. I have to delete it, but it is still it is there. Okay. See, each batch minimum 3 virtual machines I have required. Plus additionally, if you are required a DevOps kind of stuff, you can also do it. Okay. So these are some DevOps related. Some previous batches I deleted. That's why it is become only last 3 batches are there. Even I have to delete all these things. Then deleted it. Okay. This is specially installed for ASD batches only to show one batch. That is special. Okay, guys. Or do you understand how many machines I required to my regular work? Hmm? Got the point? I required 3 computers additionally to perform the practicals or to show the practicals or take the class. I need these many machines. So then it is very difficult to purchase additional computers for every requirement, right? So for example, I have a laptop and my laptop is become that the plastic laptop plastic body is more brittle, so it is not working good. Okay, so what I have to what is the problem? Okay, so I have to purchase a new laptop. I am trying for last 1 year. Okay, still I'm unable to buy some money, minimum 60,000, 70,000. I have to invest to purchase a one proper laptop. Okay, so that is a problem, right, guys? So what I have done, I will tell. I installed an application. The application name is VMware. VMware is a company, guys. VMware is not an application. VMware is not a application. VMware is an organization. Like Microsoft is an organization. Google is an organization. Okay. Like a Microsoft is an organization. Like a VMware is an organization. VMware is a organization. It's a company. VMware is organization. In VMware, lot of products are there. So one of the product is VMware Workstation. One of the product is VMware Workstation. Multiple products are there. VMware having different type of products. One of the product is VMware Workstation. Okay, the workstation. So any workspace, apps, platform. Yeah, it's completely the change. I will tell that's not like this. Anywhere workspace, new products are came now, so it is mixed with our products, so we can't able to see properly. Anyway, that is very simple, but I try to search directly VMware Workstation 16. Yeah. To search for a license, that is the one. So you can see VMware Workstation Pro. So VMware is an organization just like our Microsoft, Google, Oracle. Those are all organizations. And the products, different type of products are there. So one of the product is VMware Workstation Pro. Okay. So simply can download VMware Workstation Pro for Windows. Means my laptop is Windows operating system. I'm downloading for Windows only. So just download it. And once you are downloaded, then you can able to install it automatically, right? So you can download it and install it in your PC. You can download it where it is. So this is the location. You can download it and install in your physical machine. So what I'm downloaded? VMware Workstation. Again, guys, VMware is an organization. When you are telling about VMware Workstation, you have to tell, I know VMware Workstation 16 Pro. It's a new version. Okay, so download and install. So this is my VMware Workstation application. See, it is my application is VMware Workstation 16 Pro application. I downloaded and installed. If you want to know how to install it, so I have a videos recently. So you can try it. VMware Workstation 16 Pro. Okay, so this is my application. Guys, up to understand up to here? Application.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So next, what is the use of this application? I can create a virtual machine. What is a virtual machine means? The virtual machine is act like your physical machine. It's not like that exactly say. Physical machine has a physical hardware. Virtual machine having a virtual hardware means it's a virtual representation means it's a software. Virtual hardware means it's a software only, not a new thing. It is a simply it is virtual representation of a something. Okay, so or a software defined hardware. You can say software defined hardware, software defined network, or software defined kind of stuff. Okay, so it's a virtual machine which function like a physical one. In your physical machine, you can install an application, you run an application. in a virtual machine, you can install an application, you can run an application. See, in this virtual machine, I done a BitLocker, I done a disk management, I done a BitLocker, including I install a drivers, I download a application, means I install and run an application. See this, you got a Google Chrome. By default, you don't got a Google Chrome. I download a Google Chrome and I using a Google Chrome. Okay, and in a virtual machine I download and install like a GitHub, I installed Git, installed Jenkins, Docker, Java, Java, okay, NetBeans, Eclipse, lot of applications I installed. You can see in this one we have that kind of stuff. Okay, in this one we can have a that kind of stuff. Okay guys, so this is what is the virtual machine. So virtual machine is the way functionality is as a physical machine only. How your operating system works in your physical machine, same way you can do with your virtual machine. But virtual machine don't have direct physical hardware. Virtual machine utilize your physical resources. Virtual machine use your physical machine resources like a physical CPU. It use a physical CPU, it use physical RAM, it physical hard disk. Okay, it use your physical resources and runs. Okay, it use physical resources, but not binded to physical resources. It means you can delete the virtual machine if you don't want it. So you have a virtual machine, you no longer required. So you can simply you can delete the virtual machine. Right click, manage. You can delete the virtual machine from your PC. You can delete it if it is no longer required. If you want it, you can delete the virtual machines. You can move the virtual machine from one PC to another PC. Okay, simply because these virtual machines are stored, okay, in your physical machine, means in the storage only. Entire virtual machine store in the one. See, this is the current running virtual machine. So HCL SD like this, it is taking 46.5 GB. It is occupied. Okay, this is my virtual machine, current running virtual machine, actually stored in this folder only. So I can move it from my location to different location, including I have done that one multiple times. You know, one day I created a Linux based Oracle database machine. So it's a Linux machine, and I installed a Oracle. It is a mainly Oracle DB 11G I installed. So in the virtual machine, so I take a copy and give it to some of my students. That because physical access is there, so we copy through external hard disk. So to their machines, they again we set up. That's the point. Here it is, guys. So it is not binded to your physical, but it is utilize your physical resources. So here it is, my physical machine. And in the physical machine, I install a VMware Workstation application. Using the VMware Workstation, I am creating virtual machines. In this virtual machine, I installed operating system. For example, I installed here it is a Windows Server. Here it is I installed Windows Client, means Windows 10. Here I installed a Linux. Okay, so I needed to show practical. Linux practical is there today. So I've opened only virtual machine 3. In that one Linux is there. So I've opened the Linux and I will show the Linux practicals. Afternoon section, server and client. Server and client. So then I shut down my Linux virtual machine. Then I open server and a client. Of course, it utilizes your resources, physical resources only. It is utilized physical resources. So my RAM will be consumed. So we can see, I will show you that one. Okay, currently I'm running this virtual machine. This is a 2 GB virtual machine. So in my RAM, it occupies 2 GB from here. If I shut down this virtual machine, I will get a available memory plus 2 GB. Means 2.9 is there now. It become 4.9. It become 4.9 if I shut down this virtual machine. Okay, 4.9 because it is utilizing 2 GB from my available memory, and it is also consume some CPU power from my CPU also. CPU, RAM, disk also, of course, it is stored in the Z drive. From there, it is utilize the space. Okay, so I shut down this Linux. Then I open in afternoon server and client method. So I do some practicals in server. So like I do something in server, do something in a client. Make sure both are working, a completed practical, and I will shut down because if I no longer required, simply shut down it. Next day we can open and we can continue the practical. So what is the advantages, guys? So we create a virtual machines and you can install different type of operating systems or similar type of operating systems, and we can utilize. Okay, so that is the base point for our understanding level. Okay, so in our environment part, so I have a VMware workstation is a nothing but an application. Using this application, I creating a new virtual machine, and different type of virtual machines you can create it with a different type of operating system. Windows based operating systems, Linux based operating systems. Okay, VMware, Hyper-V. So VMware, vSphere or Hyper-V, sorry, not Hyper-V, VMware, vSphere or a ESXi based operating systems, or other means some DOS kind of operating systems also it will work. Okay, so you could utilize, you can create a machine. That's a lot of stories there, guys, but still it is. It create a virtual machines, how much storage you wanted, what type of operating system, and where it is should be stored. Okay, what RAM you have to take it, how much RAM you have to take it, 2 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM, processor, how much type of processor, multiple processor kind of stuff. Here it is. You want to install operating system. So where is your operating system? Where is your operating system? Is it in your private physical drive like a CD, DVD, or it is in a ISO image format? How many network adapters are required? How many network adapters are required? That many adapters you can add it, and how you can want to connect, how you want a communication. You want a communication between two, only communication between two machines, or you want a communication between machine to your main PC, physical PC, or machine to outside of the network. So you have to select based on here. There is a lot of theories there. Other controllers, other practicals also you can able to do. Okay, guys. So you can create a virtual machine. You can open the virtual machine. You can run the virtual machine. You can practice the virtual machine. You can utilize for your own purpose. Just for our understanding, this virtualization part. There is a big story of virtualization, guys. This is called a desktop virtualization or a type 2 virtualization. This is a desktop virtualization or a type 2 virtualization. What is a type 2 virtualization? So type 1 virtualization is different than type 2. In a type 2, you are using an application to create and run the virtual machines. In a type 1 virtualization, so we don't use any operating system, base operating system, or applications. Directly we use VMware, vSphere, or ESXi kind of stuff. For example, from Hyper-V, some VMware products. Okay, we use VMware, vSphere, or ESXi, but not a VMware workstation directly. You can create virtual machines in the server directly. That is a type 1 virtualization, bare metal virtualization part. I think you got some point. What is the use of creating virtual machines and how to create a virtual machines? One more is there, guys. This is a Oracle VM VirtualBox. This is also a application we can easily freely download. VMware Workstation, it will price based, means you have to take a license to use it. Okay, but Oracle VM VirtualBox, it's a free a tool and it is very small tool. It is very easy to install it. But you should practice how to know like how to work with the virtual machines or virtualization environment, whether it is a VMware workstation or a Oracle VirtualBox. Only thing is you have to start practice doing it. Okay. See here it is. I installed a Linux operating system before last week. Okay. So I practiced for a certain time period to show practicals to others. Okay. See it is two virtual machines are currently there. It is also same thing. We can create a virtual machines as per our requirement. So like a new. So I created a virtual machine for Linux here. So I can create a virtual machine for Windows, Linux, Solaris, BSD, IBM OS by 2, Mac OS by 2, other. Okay, like this. If it is a Windows, then it is showing some options. Okay, but whatever it is, you need a operating system DVD or operating system image for installing. Okay, so whatever it is, guys. So this is the use of Oracle VM VirtualBox or a VMware workstation. What is the use of these applications? You can create a virtual machines. In the virtual machine, you can install an operating system. Okay, and you can use as per your requirements. And if you no longer required, you can easily delete, or someone is required, you can transfer from your physical machine to another physical machine via some network sharing or a normal I copy to external hard disk, then through external hard disk also you can share it. First. Okay. Okay. Compulsory to do this all these things. First of all, important in your physical machine. Go to performance CPU. You can see virtualization enabled. Okay, you can go to virtualization enabled. Like this. If virtualization enabled, then only we can do all these practicals. Otherwise, we cannot do it. That too, 32-bit virtualization may work, but not a 64-bit virtualization don't work. Okay, 64-bit virtual machine you want to run it, compulsory virtualization you enabled. Okay, so check it, virtualization enabled or not. Okay, if it is not enabled, you have to enable virtualization in a BIOS. If not, enable virtualization technology in the BIOS. You have to go to BIOS settings, you have to enable it. Okay, then only it is possible. And one more last point, guys. So my physical machine operating system is Windows 10 Home. This is called a host OS. Host OS. So in this virtual machine, I have a server operating system. So that is called a guest OS. So all are these are all guest OS. OS in the virtual machine is called guest OS. The OS of a physical machine is a host OS. Okay, this is the basically what is the use of this virtualization. So in a virtualization, not it is virtualization, I'm not talking about a virtualization. In the one part of virtualization only I'm talking is a virtual machines. What is the virtual machine? So it is a machine runs an operating system inside. Okay, it runs an operating system inside the OS function as your physically installed operating system functions as your physically installed operating system. That's the point number one. Second one is in in my laptop I don't have any in my laptop I am using a VMware workstation or a Oracle virtual box. Okay, Oracle virtual box. So I will create a virtual machines, then install operating system to do my practicals. Okay, virtual machines are runs in your physical machine, utilize your physical resources, but not linked to your physical resources. Means not binded to your physical resources. You can remove your virtual machines anytime, and as well as you can able to transfer the virtual machine from one place to another place. Okay, that's some points, and also add some more points which is we discussed earlier. That's it, guys. Understanding at least what is the virtual machine, physical machine, why I'm using virtual machines for our practicals.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so join in afternoon communication session, guys.